Come on, guys, here we go. So, in the meantime, we in the continuation of the previous video. See what I have done. Entries are same. I have deleted. I have truncated whole job table, right? And re-entered value in the different order. See, first the thing was like that. All the see the sign up table. This ID we know by this further. This ID is the one which is getting entered in this ID. Okay, so if you see here one means the Derry has signed up at first, but after signing up he thought that I don't have necessary document, right? Same. So what he had done, he has just signed up and went. In the meantime Khandu came and this boy also signed up second, but he that time the Sherry came. I mean, his mom called him and he went away. He also logged out, means signed out without filling up the BTEC form. Then this boy Hemu came and he signed up at the third. And after signing up, he was well prepared with his documents and each and everything. So he filled the BTEC form. After filling the BTEC form, he got the ID too. Then that boy Kapli, this boy came. He signed up for the fourth time, but he couldn't fill. He went. So like this is the signing up ID, and this is the order of what? Order of filling the BTEC form. So this is the case. Okay, and what I have done this because to make you understand that it is not necessary to make this ID and the student ID as same, because in the real world situation this can be same and can never be same, because they will be having 1000 data and 1000 data, maybe 25 26 same, and rest 500 600 data not same, and some without any entry and all. So I have done this to make you understand that it is not necessary that if the ID is 5 then this student ID should also be 5. Means what, before I was having a thought that in the order we have signed up, in that order only we should fill the BTEC form, but it's not like that. Okay, let me come back here. So here we were. This is the BTEC insert part, and see when you will insert data you will go to the job user display, and job user display is what? Job user display is displaying your single data. And before that I've also told you about the read only part. If you want to get your data posted and if you want that user cannot edit it, then we use it. So all clear? So after filling the form, when you press on the submit with the method post, it goes to the job BTEC insert. It comes here, and here see from here we have echoed the variable SID, session variable SID, and we have stored it in the name. In the BTEC form, sorry, we have stored it in the name student ID. Okay, and here we are calling the student ID and storing it in the variable stu ID. We are storing that in a variable stu ID. So this other thing is same, and this we have done in the previous video also. I am just repeating it. So after doing this, we are writing insert into variable insert, and it contains insert into job name, email, each and everything. This is the new one, student ID. And what it contains? It contains $stu ID, which is this. What is this? This is the ID of the sign up, because $sign SID. And let me go to this login part, because let me explain it one more again. When only if his email and password are same, this count will have 1, this count will become 1, then only it will come inside, and this all three variable will get assigned. And see this query ID, $query ID means in this query array whatever is in the index ID, please store that in the variable variable session variable SID. And if we come to the query is the fetching the array whatsoever is in instructor, and if you come to the instructor, it's performing whatever the action is in checker. If you come to the checker contains job sign up. Means I just wanted to say that in job sign up, whatever the thing is in the ID column will come here and will get stored in the SID session variable. Okay. We will come back here and see we are simply inserting the data. Now, as you are seeing, we come to the most important part of our today's video is that job user display. Means after you inserting data, and if the instructor got run, means everything is okay, your data got inserted. Now after inserting, I want to show you your personal data. Okay, job user display. So we will come here to our new page, job user display. At the starting we want to protect it, so we have included job session.php for protection. And if you want to know the difference between including job session.php and or simply writing session start, you need to see my previous video. Okay, in that I've explained it very clearly. So in this, what I have done for job user display, I have simply made an HTML page, and we will come to this later because this is the first time you were seeing s.number. Before it we were using ID. I will comment on later. Just for a few minutes assume it as ID only. Okay, name, email, phone. It contains 3 parts, and the next column is about more, where you can view, edit and delete it. Okay, ignore line number 30. Okay, ignore it as fuck. Okay, include job dbcon.php for connecting our pages and with the server and all. See, this select is the most important part. If you can see here at the line number 36, this is written select star from job order by ID desk. Why it is written so? Because I have copy pasted the whole page from where? From admin display or the simple display which we used to make before. And why I have done this? I have done this only to tell that if you made one page, then it is easy, or if you made one page, then you can inherit that in the other page also. Basically the technique remains same. That's why I have not removed that part. Okay, see the line number 38 in the select variable. It contains select each and everything from job, means from the btech form, from job, where student ID equals to $ID, such as simple sober thing. If you compare it with the btech display, okay, we'll compare it afterwards, but let me explain you this query. What it is doing, what is in $ID? $ID contains the ID of the one who has logged in, mean ID of the sign up form. It contains that ID and saying display me the data where the student ID is equals to that ID. See, the student ID is this. Now if you say this boy Khandu logs in, his sign up ID will remain 2, because why? See, Khandu's sign up ID is 2. Okay, Khandu sign up ID is 2. See here, 2. Okay, go to the job. So whenever this Khandu will log in, his ID will always remain 2. And with the help of session variable as ID, we have stored that all the IDs of this particular user in this student. We have made one new column, student ID, in where we have made this new column in our main btech form, which is the name of the table, job. So I have made one new column which we have already seen in the previous video and stored that as ID. Now whenever this Khandu will log in, his sign up ID will remain 2, and here now with the help of this query, this ID will remain 2. Now he will search that which student ID is 2. 3, no it is not same. 5, no it is not same. 2, you will say yes, this is 2, it got matched. So I will display this data. Okay, now what we were doing when I was performing my homework, job btech display. See, this is not the correct, it is very list effective, but I have tried to did little bit same only, about I have made the thing complex. I use inner join but at the end you see what I was doing. I was doing the very same thing. job.student ID means I got very near. In this there was no need of joining this. I got very near, but this is the discarded one. Discarded, because we have better discarded. We will come to the correct one. User. See, here is this. So it will display the data. For example, let me log in with the Elon. Here, Elon. I will do admission. I want Elon. Elon. His password is 5. Logged in. Now, as he has logged in, his sign up ID. As Elon has logged in, his sign up ID is 5. And the same in the student ID, you see 5, because it's that ID only we are storing in it. And if you want to ask that how we are storing, that I have shown you just now. Okay, BTech insert. This thing is quite important. See, here it is coming, and from here job BTech. See, student ID. I can write hidden also, but I am not writing hidden because we need to get reference of it again and again in future. We are storing it in the student ID. We are calling in stu ID, and we had made one new column, student ID, and we are storing it in it. The stu ID is the same one of the sign up ID. Okay, I explained it 1,000 times now. So now when Elon will log in, yes, he is logged in successfully. Welcome Elon. His ID, his sign up ID is 5, and his student ID is also 5. Whenever he will display your data, see, which is from dashboard. When he will click on the user data, he will go to the job user display PHP. He will come here, and this all session will start, and here it will compare. The select query will compare where the student ID is equal to $ID, means you have to display when student IDs become 5. When student ID become 5, it will run this query. And in the instructor, right now this query will not get run. We will in the instructor, we will instructor will instruct it by, we are given him special power by writing massive query function. It will go to the $con, which is in dbcon. He will do connection and will instruct him to do whatever $select variable is saying. Now this query got executed. This is all the part for checking. Now we don't need, we need that in starting only. Now using the while loop. Here, tell me, do we need while loop? No, we don't need while loop because we are displaying the single data. What I will do, I will remove this thing. I will remove this thing, put one this. We don't need it, and if we remove while, then we don't need it either. What I will do, I will save it. So let's come, and when I will click user data, warning S number. Okay, now you must be seeing it. Ignore, let it be. Ignore this part, but you see all data is coming. Yay! Okay. Now this ID is for developers, right? And it is very important. These IDs are very important. As a developer, we know its importance, right? Because we have auto incremented it, we has made it primary key, and the primary key is the one of the most important thing. Maybe for the user it not be the most important thing, because if we made Aadhaar number as primary key, okay, but our client is having what he's having. He has a food ordering system, means he's like Zomato. For him this Aadhaar card is not important. For him the name of the user is important. For him the address and the phone number is important, right? So primary key has the great importance for us as a developer, but for the client he don't want to see it. For example, what I do, if student ID, for him this ID is not important, and what I am trying to do, for example, if I fill one empty form, okay, now that will not be the possible case, because when we will logged in, then his student ID will come, Just for the example, we have seen many times, not for this, but in the future, in the past, we have seen many example where this id is not ordered. For example, if by mistake we press enter in the empty form, the empty forms get submitted, or yes, let me show you. I know how to do this in it. But if I simply delete this Khandu's thing, okay, I deleted him. I went okay, remove Khandu from here. Okay, now Khandu got removed from it, right? Now then I came to know, no, yeah, shit, Khandu is the eligible student. Let me call him and say him, Khandu, please fill the form again. I think, let me go to this. And this Elon also, Elon here came here and he pressed it, he saw that no, this information, ignore this S number now. He told that no, I have edit option, I can change my phone number, but I don't want to take admission here. Okay, I am also deleting my data. See, now 2 data got deleted. S, just ignore the S number, okay? But after few time, Elon came here and he told that no, I'm not getting admission anywhere, I want MITS only. As it's nice, I have signed up, I will simply go log in, I will fill my BTech form again. I will enter some everything, press this thing, my mail is hail USA, anything, submit. Ignore this S number. See, now Ellen came, but for we as a developer, if we see now, if you see 1 4 5 6, this ID got shattered. Now in the before, if I do what I do, right? Control C. Oops. Localhost. Let me open this employee display. See, oh, not employee. Let me open task display. Oh, it's empty. Let me open test display. See, yeah, you see here 1 2 3 4. See, 5 is missing. If I display same thing for my client, he will say, hey, what is this? Why number are starting from back? I don't need it. Where? Wait a minute. Where is 5th number of data? What have you done? Where is 8th number data? I am not able to understand it. You are very bad developer. But if developer does a simple thing, you go to user display, he just assign one variable I as 1. Okay. I1 I plus I1 है S number. So he will remove that ID from the table. He will name it as S number. He will make $1 equals to 1 instead of what? Instead of displaying echoing here ID from taking it from query, what he will do? He will simply increment it. So as here it's the single user, then always go back. He will submit unsuccessful. Why it's unsuccessful? It's unsuccessful because I will refresh it. I have made this student ID as the unique key. Let me show you here. See, this has become the unique key, so same ID cannot get inserted. So when we go back, when I submitted it, means the ID number 5 has gone to my table, then this boy cannot again fill his table. So let me do, I'll go back, I will simply display user data, I need your data, and still it is showing the same. I have not saved it. I will do refresh. See, the success, it's displaying 1. Now there is no need of doing this I++ here, okay, because it is the single person. When we will do I++, we will do I++ for the admin display where there are multiple number of data. Let me go to the admin display. See, I have named it as number, assigned it 1, and for instead of that id echoing query square bracket id, I have done I++. See, now for the first data it will display 1, and it will, after coming this, it will become 2, and for the next data it will display 2, and for the next data it will display 3. So we'll come back here one more time. Why I am opening from here? Because I am opening from here. Go back. See, the boy has logged in. I have not made any login for admin, so right now I am accessing this admin directly from here. Admin add display. See, 1 2 see 4. Now it is coming from line, means the one who have logged in recently has given the serial number 1. It's the admin page, okay. He is given the serial number 1, and the I++ has become 2, I++ it has become 3, I++ it has become 4. For the next data it will become 5. So for the client we never show him id is for us, and it's quite important, but client never understands id's importance, so we don't display id. Instead of that we display as number to him. Okay, each and everything is fine. Now I hope I have explained each and everything what sir taught us today. All thing is old only. See, once you made this admin, view, edit, and this all things works on the single data. Means if I click here view, see single boy are getting displayed. If I click here edit, his information getting displayed. So what we can do, and in the user data also we are displaying the single we are displaying in the data of the single user. So for him, this view, edit, and delete part, and for the admin also view, edit, delete part can be the same pages. So we will not make double pages for them. We will keep it the same page. Now, if we want, we don't want to let our user delete it. Our student should not have the power to delete data. We will query it, we will save it. I will say no, yeah, you are a student, so you cannot delete it. Okay, or maybe you can delete it because you never wanted to take admission, so you deleted. Okay, let it be. Let gives our student a chance to delete it. But what I was thinking, that I will remove this delete from where? I will remove this delete from your data. I don't I have done, yeah, I have saved it. See, I have saved it. I have not saved this part, but when I commented it I saved. So I removed this part but delete part from here, but given the admin to delete. It's looking nice. So what I should do, it was looking nice now, let it be commented. This PHP not got commented. And what I will write here, not giving access to delete data to users. You can hear the sound? Even I can hear it. Means our ears are working very fine. Okay, Jon Snow, I think now you know. Okay, now each and everything is clear. It is explained. I tried to explain what sir taught us. Is my recording on or not? Yeah, it's on. How to check it? See, if the cursor is like that moving on. I made each and everything. I have told you that VTech display which I made earlier is very complex and effective. I have also told that we can this view, edit, and delete pages can be the same. No need to make it double for admin and for the user. Each and everything is clear. If I repeat it, today sir taught us about Now you know about read only, when to use read only and when to use disable, and using the effective use of sessions, select queries, each and everything. Okay, bye. See you in the next lesson.